Okay, so we are hearing that the iPhone SE4 is not even a month away. It's only a few days. Maybe next week, Tuesday, is actually the launch date. And what we can expect is this. This is the iPhone SE4. It looks like kind of a mix of the iPhone SE3 and the iPhone 14 because it's basically based on the iPhone 14, not even 15 or 16. But it does have the action button, which even the iPhone 15 misses out on. So yeah, it's actually a very weird of a phone. But even then, if you compare it with the iPhone 15 thinking it as a better phone, yeah, it is, but it's not. Because it still does have the iPhone 14's notch. That's why I said it's based on the iPhone 14. Also, it doesn't have two cameras. The iPhone 14 had, but because it's basically iPhone SE, the snooze edition, it doesn't have two cameras. It has only one camera, and that's the iPhone 15's main camera. Also, alternatively, Apple might say it's the camera from the iPhone 16, the flagship lineup, which is a 1/1.56-inch sensor with f1.6 aperture. But the best part about it is that the full resolution photos of this, they are stunningly detailed. You're gonna have a very good camera in your hand, but no ultra-wide angle camera at all. So the fun is gone. But it will have the 2x zoom, the lossless zoom, the sensor crop thing. So it's kind of having two cameras, but not really, whatever. Now, another thing they are gonna do is that the Apple's A18 processor gonna be inside this iPhone SE4, which is kind of the strategy of every single iPhone SE, that they're gonna claim that it has the flagship power inside it, which is actually a much less powerful chipset compared to the A18 Pro chipset. But even then, this is a crazy powerful chipset. It's a 3nm chipset and with 5-core graphics. But the storage and RAM configuration will look like this: 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage as the starting. Because at the end of the day, this will also have the Apple Intelligence, which even the iPhone 15 misses out on. So they will be able to claim that this is the cheapest iPhone to get Apple Intelligence. Now, we are hearing that there is a good chance that the 64GB base model will still happen. And if that's true, then this is more disappointing than you think. But if not, which I think it will not be coming with 64GB model anymore in 2025, then it will be good. By the way, the front-facing camera is still going to be a 12-megapixel unit. And did I talk about the display a little bit, that it's a 6.06-inch display with the same exact kind of bezel size as the iPhone 14, because it's the same exact panel. And that also means it will also be 60 Hz at the end of the day, which even the iPhone 16 still offers, so it's not a surprise. But overall, the design looks very minimal. I mean, it's very much like iPhone 14, iPhone 16 and iPhone SE mixed design, which looks really awesome. I like it. And similar to the iPhone 15 and 16, it does have the USB Type-C USB 2.0 port with 480 megabits per second data transfer speed. So it's a bit slower, but it's fine for iPhone SE, I guess. Another huge or revolutionary thing you can say is that this is the first iPhone SE to come with the Face ID and ditch the Touch ID, which might or might not make you happy because a lot of people actually love that older design. Me too, but Apple is kind of moving on from that anyway, so we don't have any other things to say. But it will not come with a 3500 mAh battery that the iPhone 16 is coming with, but rather it will come with the 3300 close to, like 3279 of the iPhone 14, with the same exact MagSafe capabilities and the same exact charging speeds. And for the people who are thinking about the display a little bit more, well, it will be 460 ppi density, 1170 pixels, and 800 nits of high manual brightness with about 1200 nits of peak brightness. And that's what we have heard. So ultimately, it's kind of a better phone than the iPhone 15 if you're thinking, or if you're crazy about the Apple Intelligence, of which most people aren't, or you want the latest A18 processor in your hand, not the A16 that seems quite a bit old if you go by the numbers, or you are fine with a notch, but you want to have a 6.1-inch tiny phone with one camera at a price tag of close to $459 or $499. And that's expected price though, it's not leaked. So if you are fine with all of that, then this is probably a perfect phone for you. But if not, then I think iPhone 16 is already selling at a much cheaper price in most markets. That's a way better phone. Or you can go with the iPhone 15, which also gonna have a lot of features except that Apple Intelligence and this newer A18 processor, but with much better battery life. Let me know about your thoughts in the comment section below. To be honest, this is a very good phone, but because of the iPhone 15, I am kind of confused, just like you guys. And yes, if you want, you can get some crazy cool wallpapers up on my website, a link down below. Until the next one, bye and take care.